I've been doing my best to go ahead and make sure that I got this equipment right this time. But I want to welcome you guys to another Inspiration in 30. My name is Gloria Ward. I am the founder of this amazing I'm Loving Me project, where we not only inspire you to love yourself, but we inspire you to transform your life, to go to higher heights, to allow yourself to know and to understand just how important you are, not only to other people, but to yourself. And also just give you that ability to just release all the things in your life in a safe environment so that you can actually move forward. I actually have a lot of stuff to talk about with you guys. And the first thing is that have y'all seen some of the stuff that has been going on with the whole thing of fast food restaurants and all that stuff? They're trying to get employees because there's a shortage. So instead of paying them more, they actually giving them incentives like free iPhones and trips and all that. At least 6 months to a year after working there. And I'm saying to myself, how in the world are you going to be able to get employees to come back to work for little or less money when where they've been making a lot more money at home doing nothing, right? See, that's what happens when you start to incentivize people for different things, and then they get used to a different lifestyle, and then you ask them to go back to their old life, right? But the old life don't exist anymore when you have tasted something just a little bit better, right? We don't want to go back to the old ways of being. We don't want to go back to struggling. So what we decide to do is we either decide to wait and sit back and collect as much as we can, or we start to try to improve our lives, right? So that we can actually grow. Because that's what I keep telling you guys. Hey, Vanessa, that's what I keep telling you guys. You can't experience something new and then try to go back to the old ways. So you have these restaurants and these food chains trying to get their labor force to come back, but they want to be able to pay them the same amount of money. How in the hell are you going to do that? And these people have been making more than, let me turn my phone off. These people have been making more than on unemployment than what they've been making at the job. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lesson to companies, and it's a lesson to us to know, that once you get out there and you see what life is like and what you can do with just a little bit more, because it's not that much, right? With a little bit more, you want to be able to take advantage of that, because now you start to recognize your value, right? And so now that the world is opening up and everything is coming to this new normal, we got to understand that a lot of people had a lot of time to think about who they are and what they're worth and what they're not going to take anymore. So you can't continue to pull the wool over people's eyes and think that they're just going to accept what comes to them. That's the beauty of sitting down and understanding and learning who you are and taking a break, right? That's the beauty in taking a break, and that's the value, because you get to see who you are, right? So you can't come to me with no bullshit anymore. You can't come to me with this whole thing of, I am just going to accept what you give me because I have been through the ringer, right? I have been through the ringer, and I have seen people die. I have seen people get sick. And now I understand what my worth is, right? So you can't entice me with the same amount of pay, but you're going to give me a free iPhone. Did y'all see McDonald's do that? I said, you know what? Instead of putting a program together to help people advance in their life, give them proper training and show them how they can grow, right? You would rather give them an iPhone or a trip or something that won't last long in order to still take advantage of them. That's crazy, y'all. That's crazy. But I want you to see the way the world is as far as some things, right? Because it's not everybody. But you also get to see what people think of you. You get it? You also get to see what people think of you. That's why I came up with the topic about being overwhelmed in this new normal. Because see, this is what happening. This is what's happening right now. Everybody is going outside, including you, right? Where everybody is getting a little comfortable with being out there. Of course, you still wearing your mask and doing all this stuff, right? And now you're saying to yourself, well, now that I have done this work and I've been in the house and it's time for me to get out, you're trying to do a whole bunch of stuff at one time where, you writing stuff down and you're getting everything together to the point where you're getting confused, right? To the point where you're sitting up there saying, okay, I'm writing all this stuff down. I'm doing all this work. I'm trying to take all these steps, but really, I'm not going anywhere. Or I don't know where to start, right? And what I'm here to tell you is that you are going to experience so much in this new normal. Staying focused, ladies, is going to be the most important thing that you do, because everybody is going to want your money. Everyone is going to want your time. Everyone is going to try to entice you with everything, right? That they can put their hands on, because everyone is trying to make up for a year that has been lost, including you, right? So you're going to want to take trips. You're going to want to do all these wonderful things. Go see family. Go do all this stuff, right? But you got to learn how to prioritize. Since January until now, when we going into June, have you been able to cross anything off your list that you have done? Have you achieved any of your small goals? It doesn't have to be big. When you look at everything that you are trying to accomplish, are you keeping your promise to yourself? And if you're not, you have to take a step back and make sure you're not getting caught in that cycle of overwhelm, right? Friday, I'll tell you guys something. Friday, me and my friends went out. We went out to a restaurant because we are really trying to invest in real estate and businesses and all these different things, right? And one of my friends, she came and she said, Gloria, I am reading and I am trying to figure this stuff out. And I'm really trying to make sure that I improve the next 10 years of my life. I want to be able to do something else. That's why I'm with you guys, right? And I said, great. Tell me what your vision is. Because if the vision is not there, you're just going to be spinning your wheels. And she tried to articulate her vision to me, but she was saying, well, you know how you got to think about stuff, but you really can't write it down, and you know how know what you want, but you can't speak it. I said, yes. That's called a person that's all over the place and does not have a clear perspective on what they really want. See, we could read all the books, right? We can take all the courses and classes. We can read the Bible all day. We can go to church. We can go through all of the motions. But results is the name of the game, ladies. Progress is what we're really looking for. And if we're not making progress, if we're not taking those small steps to where we want to go, then we are really not doing anything but getting trapped in this endless cycle, right? And we're getting overwhelmed. We're suffering from information overload, and we don't know what the hell we're doing, right? And what we know is what? January, February, March, April, May. I would say June. And what we know in 5 months, the only thing we kept doing is reading and writing down, and hoping and wishing and praying and putting things together. But we always putting stuff together, and we always waiting, and we always trying to figure it out. Where you're getting overwhelmed in your mind, and you're not taking action and progressing. Does that make sense? And it's so normal. And the reason why it's normal is because you want to be able to do everything right. You want to be able to make sure that the step you take is the right step. And you want to make sure that you don't make a mistake. And you want to make sure that all your ducks are in a row, right? And you want to make sure that relationship is right and that you have what you need. Well, I'm here to tell you there's nothing that's going to be 100% correct, right? There is nothing that is going to work out exactly the way you want to. You might luck up on some things, right? You might luck up on some days where things just go smooth, but everything is not going to work the way you want it. And once you get overwhelmed, you have to be able to sit back again and adjust. So when you find yourself just doing a whole bunch of paperwork, not moving around, making circles on your on your journals, trust me, I'm here. I'm here at least twice out the month, making circles on your journal and your board and doing all this stuff. But then at the end of the month, you see that you're not doing anything. You got to sit back and you have to ask yourself, how do I take at least one step towards what it is that I want? Just one. How do I make a good decision about what that next step is going to be? Right? Because you got all the answers in your book, right? You got all the answers in everything that you have, right? You made so many lists, right? This is my little book. And I told you I got like 3, 4 journals, but this is like my leadership journal, right? So I got a leadership journal. I got a journal that I write in for my personal stuff. I have a journal that I write in for my task and all that stuff. I got all the principles that I write down. I do all that shit too, right? Draw circles. You see that? Draw circles and do all that. But it doesn't matter if you're not taking action. And it does not matter if you still are not clear up here about where you're going, right? Have you guys been watching that the thing on Apple TV, the me that you can't see, the me you can't see, with Prince Harry, Oprah, Lady Gaga, and a couple of other people as they talk about mental health and Mental Health Awareness Month, right? It's a great series. If you do have Apple TV, to watch it, to watch, because it speaks to a lot of things as far as it relates to our mind and how we punish ourselves so much, right? And how we put so much pressure on ourselves to be great, to do things, right? Where really in the background, what we're saying to ourselves is that I need to be able to get ready, get ready, get ready, because I believe that I'm not good enough. I'm fearful about taking that step. I want to make sure that I don't make a mistake. Well, guys, when you are overwhelming yourself like that, not only do you have to be able to take a step back, But you got to be able to only focus on those things that you know that will move the needle towards where you want to go, right? See, I focus on self growth and your trauma and helping you understand that your life and the way that you live it is all up to you. There is nothing that is outside of you that's going to determine if you succeed or fail. That's all that's within you. Now, circumstances do happen, but that's based on the decisions that we make in life. And so, what we try to do is we try to fight not to make, those the wrong decision. So we spend our life in this contemplation, right? Even in our relationships, we get so overwhelmed about not having somebody or are worried about being alone that we just sit there and we do nothing. Your homegirl says, "Come on, girl, let's go out," right? Let's go out and just chat and meet somebody. Girl, I ain't trying to do that because every time I try to go out and meet somebody, these guys, they always trying to play you and need somewhere to live and don't have no money and do all this. Well, you're like, damn, you done talked yourself out of this, out of finding somebody. But guess what you doing at home? You going on relationship sites, you drawing your little circles about what you want and how you want this person and how you want them to be. It's like, damn, you overwhelming yourself about what you want, but when it's time to go out there and try to get it, you sit up there and you sabotage it. And then you asking yourself, why I ain't got nobody? Well, you get what I'm saying? Well, because you're saying one thing and then you're doing another, right? You asking for something that you really don't believe that you can have. So how are you supposed to go ahead and prioritize all this stuff and make it work where you're not doing nothing but overwhelming yourself and burning yourself out, giving yourself headaches and asking yourself all these questions where that shit don't matter. It does not matter. You got to accept that you're going to fail. Failure is not a bad thing. It is there to teach you a lesson on what not to do the next time. When your kids, and most of you guys got kids, probably all of you, when your kids rode a bike and fell off, did you tell them, oh, well, you won't be able to ride a bike as your ass done fell? No, you don't tell them that. You tell them, get back on the bike and go ahead and try again. If you fall, it's okay. Because now you know you need to keep the handlebars straight, right? And if you fall keeping the handlebars straight, then you know you got to be able to keep your balance. And if you fall when you turn the corner, that means you still got to work on your balance, but you keep working at it. You get what I'm saying? You don't tell your kid when they fail a grade, oh, well, you need to just go ahead and quit school because you ain't that smart. You can't even get out of first grade, so we just going to forget about it. You don't tell them that. Y'all women bust your ass to make sure that your kids get a good education and you work with them. And you know what you do that you don't do for yourself? You get them the help that they need. Because when they are overwhelmed and when they are suffering, you go and you ask for help. You get what I'm saying? You go and you make sure that your child understands when something is good enough for them, because you tell them, honey, do the best that you can, because your best is good enough. Honey, when you feel overwhelmed and you feel like you just can't take it no more, take a break. That's what you tell them, right? Take a break. Go think for a while, because you probably need to calm down. Baby, when you get overwhelmed, you got to make sure you prioritize what you're doing and only focus on the things that give you the result that you're looking for. You tell your kids that all day long. But when it come to you, you get amnesia and you don't know what the hell to do. And that's only because you believe more in your kid than anything. But you don't believe in yourself enough to prioritize and ask for help and take the breaks that you need in order to make progress. See, we never want to discuss the root of where things come from. We just go through the motions and we just believe that it's not for us. Maybe it's too much. I've never been smart enough. It's always been hard for me. This is not how I think in my sphere of mind. I've always been this kind of thinker. No, all the excuses that we give ourselves, if your child gave it to you, you would sit there and you would look at them and be like, I hear what you're saying, but you know you could do anything that you want to do. And I'm going to get you the help that you need. And I'm going to show you how to get organized. And I'm going to go to that school and I'm going to tell your teacher and I'm going to ask them what kind of programs they have available for you. And you will go to summer school so that you can learn. And you will have this and you will have that. You push everything on them to get the help and the support that they need in order to push them to the next level. But when it come to you, you say you don't have time to do that. You got too much shit to do. I ain't got time to better my life right now because I got to go ahead and make sure my kids got stuff. Well, ladies, how are they going to get better if you're not better? Because they're watching you. And if your kids are grown and you don't have those problems no more, and you are empty nester and you just chilling at the house, right? What does life look like for you? Are you okay living in mediocrity? Are you okay with that? No, because if you were, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be on this. You wouldn't be a part of this group because mediocrity is not okay with you. Living the life that you want does mean something to you. Being able to understand and know who you really are and what you want does mean something to you. But you just don't know how to get it out. So you just keep going around and around, and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna push myself forward and don't do nothing. And then you say, well, I don't know how or why I can't move forward in my life. I done wrote everything down. I done did everything and took the class and I still didn't get nowhere. That's because along with your actions, else, ladies. You got to have the belief that you can. See, what nobody's going to tell you, that I'm going to tell you because you my homegirl, is that nobody's going to push you to be your best self. Nobody's going to push you to be great. You know why? Because everybody is trying to do it for themselves. Nobody is going to take the time to sit with you and tell you and listen to you about all the things that you want to do and help you prioritize that, because everybody is trying to claw and get their own. You get what I'm saying? Now we have spouses that will listen. We have friends that will listen. We have friends that will give you advice, right? And we have friends that love us, family members who love us, and they speak life into us and everything. But at the end of the day, if your life is still not moving, then they get frustrated. And they keep saying, "Why am I talking?" Because it's like talking to a brick wall, right? When you get overwhelmed, you got to learn how to prioritize and work on those things that will help you move forward. You got to be able to ask for help. You got to focus on the outcome. And you got to know when it's enough. Okay? You got to know when it's enough and when you are doing your best. And you got to take breaks. Writing a whole book of your life is great and amazing, right? You could do this all day long. Look, this is one book, like I told y'all. Check this out. I tell you, I had the syndrome. You know, look at this book. This book. This is my other book, right? Look at this. Got the syndrome. Girl making outlining, crossing out, doing all kind of stuff, making boxes, all this stuff. Because every day, right? Every day I'm doing something, right? Every day I'm doing something. And at some point, you got to be able to start crossing things off. You got to be able to start making things work for you. You get what I'm saying? This whole book is filled with all kind of stuff, right? Ideas, what I want to do, how I want to get there, what I've learned, the things that I want to teach. If I don't take any action, this is just a whole book of ideas that will never come true. You probably just want to go and bury this somewhere, right? But how are we supposed to be able to move forward? You got to get comfortable in knowing that this new normal that we in, ladies, it's going to demand the best from you. Because remember, you you don't want to go back to where you came, what you had last year. You don't want to go back to what you had last year, right? People and the world have discovered and did some work on themselves where they saying, F you. If you don't raise the pay and pay me what I'm worth, I'm not coming back. If you don't give me the opportunity to advance in my life in exchange for working for you, I don't want it. Because that's where we're moving towards. And I'll tell you this, and I'm going to tell you, and you know, I always keep up with the trends and everything, ladies, and I want you to understand where we're going. As we move forward with this new normal, We're also going to be moving into this new world of people are not going to be taking shit anymore. Defining who you are and what you want and having independence is going to become the new normal here. And the reason for that is because we've seen so many people die and lose their life where it was a wake up call. You're going to find a lot of people working on their mental health because they want to know how they can stay independent and really live their life because grandma, cousin, mama, or whoever who passed from last year didn't get that opportunity, right? So we got to be able to understand that the door is wide open right now for us, right? We have a lot of opportunity right now. And we want to be able to take advantage of it before they start to put a whole bunch of rules on what it is that you can do and what you can't do because it's coming, right? You ain't got to walk around with your vaccine papers now, but you will sooner or later. You don't have to go ahead and prove just how smart you are now, but you will later. Because you know why? People are not accepting mediocre, so they coming after what you got. All you guys who are professionals, who work in those high paying jobs, who is demanding more money, those people who don't want that $15 an hour, they studying, they're working, they want something. And they're going to be moving up the ladder. Are you prepared for that? What are you working towards in your life? How are you prioritizing that? And what kind of results are you generating? Point blank and period. Right? So that's all I got, guys. I really hope it makes sense to you today because as we walk through these next 6-7 months, I say by next year that's when they really going to start to, you know, really bust things wide open where life is going to be normal. You trying to get that house, it's going to be harder. It's going to be harder to do this, harder to do it, because you got to make up for all this time. Get in position now. I promise you, get in position now. Right? If you need help, get in the Girls Leap Elite, like I said. Right? I love you. I gotta go. Anybody have any questions or comments or anything? Just let me know. You can text me, you can email me, you can leave me a message here, and I'll definitely answer you because I'm on the fence if I'm gonna actually work from home or go out today. So, but I will be available, okay? And I know that we're still celebrating Mental Health Awareness Month. I hope you guys are enjoying all of the women that we're interviewing. I mean, it's just some great content. The Becoming Truly You experience is coming June 27th to Atlanta. And then we branching off to Pittsburgh and to some other states where we're going to come see you. And the experience is about us just networking, getting together and laughing, loving on each other, and really understanding the power of sisterhood that we have built and building here. So please look out for that. I know that they're going to put that all together and put it out there on social media so that you can get a ticket and come out and see me and see some speakers, and all those people you saw behind the computer, you'll actually get to see in person. Okay? All right. See you later. Bye.